Hello everybody, and welcome to Formula Worldwide Leagues presents Friday Night Lights! I am your affable host, DonutPuncher272, joining you live, as always, late on a Friday night here on the East Coast, and we're back this week on the sandy shores in the Netherlands. Of course, speaking of Zandvoort, the birthplace of Max Verstappen. People will tell you that he was born in actually, I think they'll tell you that he was born in Belgium, which makes him a Belgian twat. But he could have been born in Belgium. He could have been born in France. He could have been born in the Netherlands. They're all the same thing. But he actually was born here. He was conceived in turn one when his dad was not busy beating the shit out of his mom. They were making sweet love in turn one. And then, 9 months later, he was conceived in the final corner, turn something or other. Now, obviously, that was at the bottom of the hill. If it happened at the top of the hill, he would have rolled down. And that's no way to treat a bebe. Speaking of Red Bull drivers and Max Verstappen, we have our own Max Verstappen who will be leaving us soon. Hopefully the same can be said of the real-life Max Verstappen. Sketchable, of course, is the man I'm speaking of, on pole in a truncated qualifying. Massive, of course, my commentator this evening, excuse me. Massive, have you ever been more proud of this league than what you just saw and everybody retiring and saving us 8 minutes of our life? Well, yeah, no, as ever, I'm always checking the audio, and it does not seem as though your audio is included. My box is checked.
Okay, we should be good now. Let me repeat what I just said for all the fans at home that didn't get to hear me on the main stream, Donut stream. You love to see everyone coming together for a common goal, ending a wet rain session since everybody already set their times in the dry. And I'll let you take over.
All right, here we go. We can indeed hear you. 5 lights are on. 5 lights off. LFG, Sketchable with a good start. NXR Gifted with a crap start. Really good start for TV1 Man because he's on those hot, fresh, soft tires as he goes around the outside of NXR Gifted. NXR Gifted holds it down the inside, but I think the TV1 Man's going to have the run on him. Coming out of turn 2 into turn 3, up into the banked corner. He indeed has done it. TV1 Man moves up into second place. NXR Gifted back into third. Of course, he's on those harder tires, so he'll be, generally speaking, okay with that. Oddly enough, we have not heard any sexual moans from Massive, which means all clear at the back of the field. Massive, is that true?
Everyone's behaving nice. Oh, until.
We have 2 drivers up on in the kitty litter, don't we? We have the Dream Weaver who just reset himself to track. I saw that, and it looks like OG Freed has had a little bit of a problem as well. The Brownest of Buns is already retired from the session. Not ideal. That's we call that a Mazepin. Hasn't even made it out of Sector 1, and he's already dead. And Harmless Target has left the session. Massive, you might want to get on that.
It's doing the whole thing where it's stuck at the race director screen. I'm going to have to exit the entire game and come back.
Oh my gosh.
So carry on.
You're not going to do that, right?
I have to have no choice.
Why?
Because I can't, like, the only option it gives me to stay stuck on a pause screen. Can't return to the game. I don't know why it does this. So.
Oh, you can't even do it now.
Nope. So I'll be watching your stream and 7 seconds behind or whatever, and yeah.
God, this is the worst game ever. MassiveNoogies has left the session, and a small piece of my soul has died. What's important right now is the TV1 Man in the lead of this race. Can he pull away with those soft tires from Sketchable and NXR Gifted? So far, the answer is 9. But he still has a little bit more time. Well, we're already in lap 2. This is DRS territory, so yeah, that's not going to be ideal for the TV1 Man. Of course, he was able to get the track position in the beginning, but unless he's able to break this DRS, then it will be of almost 0 value to him. Brownest of Buns has left the session with a DNF, so I hope he didn't do any practicing. Otherwise, that was going to be a lot of wasted time for him. Victor Chaus in 4th place here on the medium tire. And check that, 3rd place now on the medium tire. Goes down the inside of NXR Gifted. looks like he should have enough to make the move here, and NXR slots in behind. Indeed, we have two McLarens fighting back here. Championship contender Spicy Nuggies with his teammate Wet Hen Orth, 62.74, of course. And then right behind him is Thursday regular, Friday newbie, Corey Lanzillo. Massive, I have to assume that you played a part in getting Corey in this race.
Wait, go ahead and send me an invite. I'm back in the game.
Okay. Okay. I really don't like when you talk to me like that.
Now, what was your question about Corey?
My question was, did you do some Flavio Briatoreing and get Corey into this race?
No, that was all his own doing. Unless someone else brought him over. But hey, good for him. Looks like he's got some free time on his hands. Glad to see him on track.
He went from being not having enough time to race with us on Thursdays to now having so much time he can race on Thursdays and Fridays. And I, for one, am happy to see it. And I think this is exactly what he needs, Massive, to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah, you have to wonder.
Did you get my invite, babe?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay, okay. All right, cool. You have to wonder what? I'm sorry, Adam.
With all the time that he's got now, maybe he rolls his baby down turn 1 and left it there.
Oh, bless. Well, I spoke earlier about the TV1 man needing to get away from Sketchable and NXR Gifted. He's gotten away from one of them, not both of them. Of course, the one who's ended up holding on here is the inevitable Sketchable. NXR Gifted struggling badly, has lost touch with the front two and is now under constant pressure from Victor Chaus. Sweaty Randall, the last guy who retired in the aforementioned qualifying. And I just want to bring this up one more time, Massive. That is the first time that I have seen an entire grid do something for the common good. I legitimately have never, ever seen a full lobby like that all do the same thing for everyone's benefit. And I'm so proud of it. And I wasn't even involved, Massive. I feel like it's us. I feel like proud of us as a species, as a human being.
You know what, though? As proud of them as I am, you think it would have gone the way it had you not requested that?
I think someone eventually would have requested that. Now, I don't know if that person would have been as universally as loved as you and I are, that they would have gotten the sort of reaction that it did. But, you know, there's some smart cookies in here. I'm sure Jim Cab, of all people, he's always wanting to save a few minutes, you know? And he gets tired of dealing with these dum-dums on a fairly regular basis, so I can only imagine he would have said something. And actually, it would have been funny had someone who annoys Jim Cab, if they had not retired, he would have just lost his top. That would have been hilarious.
Jim Cab without a top, you love to see it.
Well, we have some, I would say some mild battling on the track right now. They're mostly DRS passes. I mean, this isn't a track steeped in areas to pass. There's no cool corners to go side by side in like Blanchimont or 130R. There are these banked corners that you can go side by side in, but it is tough if you're the inside driver, as I'm sure you have plenty of experience, Massive. It's so hard to get a drive out of the corner when you're on the inside. It effectively makes it a one-lane corner.
Yeah, I'm always torn on Netherlands because great track at keeping people close, but outside of the front straight, the overtakes are not in abundance.
No, and the thing is, it's a fun track to drive for the drivers. It's not a fun track to race on. But the elevation changes, the banked corners. I mean, it's a real roller coaster ride of a track. But for racing, it's a bit shite. As Sketchable now moves into the lead of the race, Massive. Massive, I was thinking, I was wanting to save a little bit of time tonight because I have to wake up early tomorrow, and I was only going to interview the person who won the race. and that person looks like it's going to be sketchable again already.
You're on your shot early then, huh?
Well, I mean, he's on the hard tires, so he's got the tire advantage. He's already passed the TV1 man. Victor Chouse is way down the road with his friends Sweaty Randall and NXR Gifted, and Senior Heat Gang, and Spicy Nuggies, and Fakasha. Jesus Christ, what a DRS train that is. My God, they didn't realize that. But yeah, they're all going to trip over each other, and this is going to let Sketchable drive off into the distance. We've seen this movie before, Massive.
You're right.
Maybe, Junior Correa's now left the session. Maybe Michael, maybe Michael Massey will throw us a bone.
So, what I am thinking / hoping for, I believe it is turn 10. Maybe we'll see a little bit of action there because, you know, tires are going to get older and slipperier. Slipperier, is that a word? More slippery?
Definitely
Slipperier?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'll look it up while you're talking. I don't want to say no and then be wrong, so I'll look it up.
Okay. But that particular section of the track, I think, might give us some action, maybe some overtaking opportunities, because people trying to exit that turn as quick as possible and might lose their shit there.
What is turn 10? Is that where Sketchable is right now?
No.
I mean, these tracks without corner names, Massive. I don't understand why people don't get the idea behind that. It's so useful to have corner names.
Yeah.
And by the way, slippier is a word. I stand corrected. I can only offer my sincerest apologies.
All right, I'll take it. That's a win for me tonight.
Absolutely. Lil Mex has joined us in the Twitch stream. Massive, we got a fan from Thursday coming over to Friday. Lil Mex, shout out, babe. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you.
I thought Little Mex was in this league.
I can't remember this anymore. I thought Lil Mex was a Thursday driver only.
I thought he... Maybe it's Wednesday. I'm getting that confused. My bad. My blunder.
No, I mean, you could be right for all I know. I mean, again, I thought Senior Heat Gang was the Thursday driver when he's a Friday driver. So now the Harmless Target is retired from the session, and I believe that is connection issues as well.
No.
I think he was chopping it up in the Discord with some of his homies, talking about how this is the worst game ever.
Oh, he retired on track. No safety car.
He says won't let me take control. LMAO.
The old Hellman's LMAO. Plube joining us. He says hi.
What's up, Plube?
He says gifted sold. What does that mean? I don't know. Lil Mex races on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Friday's a T-ball day.
Massive, I'm very, very thirsty. I did not bring a receptacle of agua with me. If I was to, say, leave it on the front two, could you put it on the front two as well and then talk us through that for like the 30 seconds I need to go get a water?
Go for it.
All right, I'll be right back. Thank you, Massive.
So as Donut grabs his water, aka apple juice, whatever little small beverage he has in a plastic barrel that you might find in a school cafeteria, watching Sketchable and TTV One Man 2021. Big tire difference here. Sketchy starting on the hards, TTV on the softs. What's the best strategy? I don't know. I tend to think a medium to soft is a great one here. I got to witness that firsthand Wednesday. Overtake by TTV. This is the only battle we have for first, as Curtis is a whole 3 seconds behind. But hey, he's up there. I'm sure he's happy with that. He's probably not happy with the line of people behind him, though. And that is an extremely long line. So Sketchy going on the hards. We'll see how long these tires last him before he decides he's going to bolt on some softs. Michael bolt on some softs. At this rate, he's going to go the planned full distance on these hards because ain't a safety car in sight regardless of what happens. We saw that incident earlier, I believe it was lap 1, lap 2. Didn't shit happen from that. Safety car kept his ass in the pit.
I could just listen to you the entire time, honestly.
Just bitching at everybody.
Does NXR Gifted have wang damage or just emotional damage?
Let's take a gander. I don't
I mean, he's
see
in 8th
any
place.
damage.
What in the hell has happened to him, Massive?
I don't see any damage, but that's the thing about this game. Sometimes there is light damage, but it doesn't show you.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though, Massive, is that sometimes you can't tell from the outside that someone is struggling on the inside.
Welcome to my life.
So, Massive, my wife is in Mexico right now to run the Mexico City Marathon on Sunday because she has
dangerous.
some sort of mental problem. And, well, it's definitely dangerous from the altitude standpoint. She's probably going to die on lap 21 or so. But
So
I
your
run
wife-
every once in a while.
Your
What's
wife is Mexican. She's not. Wasn't born to a Mexican family in America. She was born in Mexico.
No, she's born to a Mexican family in America. That is exactly what she is.
Oh.
She is a Mexican American. And if you remember from the movie Selena, her dad says, "You don't understand how hard it is to be a Mexican American." And my wife would not be able to tell you that because her life is ridiculously easy as made by me. She is an American Mexican, which means that she doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, she doesn't really do any of the things that a Mexican would typically do. She's just hot. Her only value is that she's hot,
Well,
which, you know, is actually pretty valuable in the end.
well, on one hand, I'm sorry, and on the other, I'm not.
Yeah. Anyway, that wasn't really the story. So the moral of the story here is that I run sometimes, certainly not, you know, marathon distances, but I ran 5 miles a couple hours ago before the race. And so I get done running my 5 miles, you know, my best effort pace, whatever, no big deal. And I get done, and, you know, I got a little bit of a rumble in my tummy, and I'm thinking, what can I do to solve this rumble in my tummy problem that I have right now? I know what I'll do. I went straight to the local McDonald's and got myself a double cheeseburger. Or not, excuse me, not a double cheeseburger, a double quarter pounder.
That's the move to make.
And drove home, smashed it, sat in the shower for about 20 minutes and cried because my tummy hurt. And here we are now, and I'm just very, very thirsty.
I just imagine you sitting in the shower crying, eating that double quarter pounder with the crying game playing.
I think that's going to be my new move from now on. Every time that I do some sort of, like, new personal best in a mile or 5 miles or whatever, I'm going to treat myself to some ridiculously fatty and high caloric food.
That's my move, except without the running part.
Yeah. Sometimes I like to go to the gas
yeah.
station if I... Oh, boy, there's a lot of activity out here right now. NXR Gifted Fakasha is actually up on the boot of NXR Gifted, which is not something you would expect to see.
Well, he
And-
just lost it.
Yeah,
Gifted
and
made
Wet
the
Hen-
overtake.
Wet Hen Orth has moved up to 9th, and the Hot Rod Marzi up here in 10th. Corey Lanzillo struggling, finding out what Friday is all about there. Sometimes, Massive, I like to go to the gas station after a run, and really even sometimes not anything to do with a run, and get an icy. I have an abnormal love of ices.
Oh, we're seeing our first pits.
Wow, that was early. Oh, it's 13 laps. No, that's not that really. It's not really that early at all, is it?
See, now
So
you
two
went,
of
in
our soft runners coming in, yeah.
you went in a different direction. I thought you were going to say sometimes you go to the gas station after a run just to blow up their bathroom. I was like, damn, that's a good idea. Let me tell you a story here. One time, and we'll get back to the ices. One time, I think I was making a trip up to Ohio for the wife's family. Had to. It was one of those gas stations I went to where the bathroom is just single occupancy.
Yeah.
Waited a while. Finally, extremely obese gentleman walks out. I say gentleman. He was something out of Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure. So I step into the bathroom, and I'm not kidding when I tell you this, Donut. There was shit all over the toilet seat. All over the toilet seat.
So let me hold on. So now, obviously, the first problem is as we watch the TV one man go into the pits, got a 10-second penalty, and completely bork his race. There's two problems there, Massive. One is that you don't want to sit down and take a poo on that toilet, obviously.
And I had
the second problem is, though, I know, but the second problem and the bigger problem is that when you walk out, you're now the face of that.
I know. No, but so here's what I did. First of all, I'm not cleaning that up. Secondly, I'm not going to be the face of that mistake. So I went right into the women's bathroom. I would rather be mistaken for a woman than be mistaken for that mess of turds all over that toilet bowl.
I want to tell you a restroom, gas station bathroom story, if I may.
Yeah.
So I don't remember where I was. I think I was driving to Louisville. And I stopped somewhere, I think it was probably Tennessee-ish. And I'm in a gas station bathroom. There's two urinals, and their schedules left the session. For what the hell is going on here tonight, Massive?
Let me send the invite. I don't know if I even have him as a... Can you invite him? Because I can't.
Oh, he's a sex box. So how do I do that? What do I do?
You just, do the Xbox menu thing and go to recent players, I guess.
Recently played with. Yes, that's a good idea. And there's Sketchable. There he is. Invite to my game. There you go, Sketchy. I got you, bro. Even though that goes against my better judgment. And now the Dreamweaver has retired from the session. At least he's done so in the pits. So Sketchable has joined. He took my invitation and ran with it. Anyway, let me get back to my story. Even though we're pitting here and we have things happening on track, this is one of my favorite stories. So I'm in the bathroom, two urinals and a dumper, right? And
Yep.
I'm the only person at the urinal, and I can see that there are boots on the ground in the John, right? And I hear that this guy flushes. I hear him doing his belt and stuff, and he gets done with all that, and then he goes, "Oh God!" And I hear him very, very quickly take off all of his clothes, and then all of a sudden,
Oh my God.
this guy just completely unloads and makes all sorts of sounds while he's doing it. I've never heard anybody.
You stuck around for it all.
Oh, I'm stuck around for the entire thing. And I did my best not to laugh, but as soon as I did laugh, I had to hurry up and get the hell out of there. I'd already peed and got all my business done. I was just watching the show at that point.
You gotta send another invite to Sketchy.
I don't wanna.
Curtis has made up 3 seconds on Sketchy because of this.
All right, God damn it, Sketchable. Let me go do this now. God, this game is so stupid. Invite to my party. Shit. Invite to my game. Sorry, not to my party. And then, you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to add Sketchable as a friend. Submit. There we go. So, Sketchable's race is in the process of being hilariously ruined right now. NXR Gifted, actually, all of a sudden, is in a perfect position to perhaps win this race, as Victor Chaus, as Massive mentioned, is now going past Sketchable, and so is NXR Gifted. So from the ashes, NXR Gifted has risen, and he has now taken the fight to Victor Chaus, and I dare say, with these 4 tires, that he is well placed to get our done. Tries to go around the outside of the, I don't know what turn that is. That's the thing. I'm going to start making up corner names on my own. I hate when there aren't corner names. SpicyNoogies now makes the move on Sketchable. So Sketchable not only has left the session a couple of times, he's lost his equilibrium. He's just not in the flow anymore, not able to do the bowl dance. Feel the flow, all things circular.
Ooh, Sketchy says, won't let me take control, so...
Oh! Championship back on?
Maybe, oof. You hate to see it, even if it is
You do hate to see
Sketchable.
it. Massive, did I jinx him earlier when I said he was going to win the race?
I think you did, man. I think you did.
Wow. Sketchable, if you're out there, you know I love you and I'm sorry. But you will not be talking to us.
Whoa,
Oh no!
shit.
Oh no! NXR Gifted has absolutely lost it. Fortunately for him, he does it right in front of the pit. Sketchable gets stuck behind him as NXR Gifted now goes into the pits with a 10-second penalty. That's the end of NXR Gifted night. So the night for NXR Gifted and Sketchable has just blown apart in the last couple of laps here. Sketchable says that he can't get back in, so you would assume that his car will auto DNF here very shortly. NXR Gifted is going to be stuck in the pits, getting a fresh new wang, and perhaps an injection of mental stability, because he is falling apart here in this race. Not what you would expect from a previous Friday Night Lights champion, such as NXR Gifted.
There are some strange things afoot at the Circle K. A lot of retirements. People...
Hey, we got 4 retirements already. We got a few penalties. I just saw Junior Correa up there against the wall. We haven't said anything tonight about Echoes the Dolphin.
What's there to say?
Not much.
He was the only guy outside of the top 2 to go onto the hard tires.
And he's the only guy who still has him on.
Who's got mediums? Oh, no, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, Victor Chouse and Spicy still in the mediums, and as is Corey Lanzillo. Spicy no longer. He is now into the pits, putting on some, you would assume, soft tires. He is indeed. So interesting strategy here, Massive. Some people going for the hard medium or medium hard, and then some people going for the medium soft. I feel like medium soft is the way to go. I try to avoid those hard tires anytime I can.
Yeah, same.
So Sketchable has now rejoined the session again. I didn't know he had actually left the session again. Let's see if he can get control of his automobile and get back in this race, because right now he is in 9th place and he is a sad panda. SpicyNoogies, one of his championship rivals out of nowhere, is driving away from him. Speaking of SpicyNoogies, Massive, did you hear how angry he was last night at his podium interview? Angry little panda.
Yeah, just to keep it brief, since this is obviously not the Thursday Night League, but
Sure.
had a couple of teammates decided to bypass the pit under safety car, and oh shit, Spicy just moved Fakasha out of the way. But yeah, Spicy on fresh tires was not happy with 2 Raris on older tires that were holding him up.
Ah, that's what he was upset about. I see. Well, you know, the old Spicy, he used to see the red mist quite often, as now Spicy has made the move on the Hot Rod Marzi. But he's obviously calmed down a lot, but he still has that tendency that a lot of really, really good race car drivers have, where they get indignant that you don't get out of their way when you want to pass them. And that's just something that's in him, you know? I don't think that'll ever go away.
It's
He needs to harness that.
it's a very Verstappen-esque trait.
Yes, it is. It is.
Patience.
And again,
is a virtue.
yes, and again, I don't want to come across as being critical of Spicy, because as Massive says, patience is a virtue, and Spicy has become considerably more patient in his older age, but we just saw him shove Fakasha around to get through, and that's the kind of Spicy I like to see, as Sweaty Randall now makes the move on Senior Heat Gang down the Max Verstappen straight. Who is in the pits right now? Victor Chouse has come to the pits, so he's going to come out onto the track in... Oh boy, he better not come out behind his teammate. Is Fakasha? No, he does not. That's good. So Victor Chouse is in 6th place. He was in the lead of the race. He is in a really good position right now to win this race, and so is Spicy Nuggies. With 13 laps left, Massive, it's pretty close. What are you feeling right now? So the TV1 man, he's got a 10-second penalty, right? So he's out.
Yeah.
And Wet Hen Orth, he also has a 10-second penalty, as does NXR Gifted. So we can completely remove those jabronis from the contention. So we're looking at a battle between Sweaty Randall, who is a championship contender, Senior Heat Gang, and I guess it's really between those two. Spicy Nuggies is a good 3 seconds back, so he's in line for a podium, but not a race win. This is really between Sweaty Randall and Senior Heat Gang, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'd like to point out currently, Sweet Randall is 19 points behind Sketchable. So, I mean, assuming he's able to stay where he is, that's a P1 in the standings after tonight. Well,
wow, that's big
that.
news, Massive.
I say that, but Sketchy's going to get
He'll get a few
some
points.
I'm not sure what the AI setting is here and how many more people will overtake him, but yeah.
Well, it's going to get closed up pretty well, and Spicy Nuggy's going to gain some points as well on him, so he's going to have a couple more people fighting him off. That would be just hilarious, Massive, if at the end of the season Sketchable doesn't win the championship because the game screwed him over. He'll be forced to come back and race again. And then we'll say, actually, sorry, we've kind of moved on.
Yeah.
You're going to have to find another racing league to race in.
He's already taken up a loan on that lollipop shop, and he's going to have to...
Oh, you know what would be even funnier, Massive, if Jim Cab said, yeah, you can come back, but you have to start on Tuesday nights.
Yeah. You got to start from the ground up. And I believe the Tuesday night league is starting back up soon. Ted, if you're out there and you hear us, give us an update on that for anyone interested. Tuesday, out of the 3 league nights, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, I think those are the main league nights. Tuesday's more of the farm league of the 3.
Yeah, so Tuesday night cunts is that's where everybody comes in first, and you sort of have to start there and work your way up from there. And of course, you know, a lot of champions from Fridays have come from Tuesdays, but then you go from Tuesdays to Wednesdays, where you seem to race a lot, just for fun.
Yeah, Wednesday night
and
weirdos.
then the winners of the Wednesdays comes to Fridays. Yeah. So who right now is in the Wednesday league, Massive, that we might be seeing soon in the Friday league? Have you been doing any scouting?
No, not really. I believe KBM is the reigning champion there, which we see occasionally on Friday nights.
We do, yeah.
Let's see. I believe TTV races there for some reason. I don't know how. He's got the pace for FNL.
Yeah. Yeah, he does, clearly.
Brownest of buns. Maybe harmless. I think that's all that of the list here.
Well, Harmless is out of the race. Looks like Sketchable started his Xbox all over again, and somehow that has actually worked, Massive. And he just set the fastest lap of the race.
Good for him. He's might have heard what I said about losing that championship spot. He said, "No, man, fuck that. I ain't doing this shit again. I
ain't going out like no bitch. Nah, man, I ain't doing this." So maybe that's the secret, Massive. Maybe he unlocked the secret. If that happens to other people, we just need to tell them to restart their entire gaming system.
Maybe. He said, I ain't sticking around with these hoes any longer than I have to. Oh my God.
So Sketchable now going to make the move on Fakasha.
Oh my God.
What did he do?
I was on Heat Gang's view, and I just see this McLaren go soaring past him on the front straight. It was spicy. Caught me off guard.
Yeah, Spicy's on the charge right now, Massive. I think he's actually in line to win this race. In fact, he's in a tremendous position to win this race. I'm surprised that Victor Chouse has not been able to make the progress that Spicy Nuggies has. Now, of course, Spicy needs to hold on for 9 more laps of these tires, but, I mean, he has as good a chance as any right now to win this race. Assuming the TB1 man does not get his penalty removed, then you would assume that he is not going to do that, as Chaos Corrupted has wrecked coming out of Sector 1. So let's get back up front and watch Sweaty Randall, who is in DRS range himself with the TB1 man. That is going to actually protect him from the sexual advances of Spicy Nuggies. Let's see if those soft tires do the trick for Spicy. He's got a little bit more ERS. He's got the DRS wide open. He makes the move easily down the Max Verstappen straight and into second place, the net race lead for our boy Spicy Nuggies. Looking to go around the outside of the TB1 man. That's the Spicy I know. This is where he needs to have the patience that Massive was talking about earlier. There is no rush here, especially to pass a guy who has a 10-second penalty.
Yeah, very, very often in Discord chats, I will see people complain about, hey man, why would you race me so hard when you had a penalty, blah, blah, blah. Well, I mean, I say it all the time. Anything could happen. The guy behind him might lose traction, go into the wall. So you kind of just have to stick it out and hope for the best. So,
yep, that's true.
He's got a plan on TTV putting his elbows out.
And you never know. You know, he could find a steward like you who thinks crashing like Austin Dillon is cool, who will happily remove his speeding in the pit lane penalty.
Yeah.
And there it is, Massive. Spicy Nuggies into the race lead. That's my boy.
Now,
well done, Spicy Nuggies.
I raced Wednesday. The schedule there mirrors the Friday Night League. Now, I chose to go the soft medium route, which for me was not the way to go. I just did not feel great on the mediums.
Oh, okay.
And maybe that's an advantage here for Spicy. Because
yeah, it doesn't look like these medium runners are particularly enjoying this right now, does it?
No, TTV's all over the place. And even if you're in control, I just don't think you're very quick on the mediums at this track.
Yeah, Spicy looks to have this completely under control, and you're right. Every time we see the TV1 man on the screen, he looks to be just sliding everywhere, and Sweaty Randall behind him, and Senior Heat Gang, and Wet Hen Orth, all on the medium tires, and they're all fairly old medium tires at this point, as we have another car who has crashed back here. I don't know who that was.
Sketchy
anyway,
making an overtake.
Sketchy making an overtake on Victor Chouse. Oh, Victor Chouse has wang damage. That's what's wrong with Victor Chouse. He's got wang damage, and his car has been through the wars. It's dirty. So you can tell he's done some off-roading in the gravel pit. Check out his gravel pit. It's in his car, filled with gravel.
It's hot rocks.
I don't understand, Massive, why this game allows you to get out of the gravel trap as easy as it does. Like, where's the realism, you know?
They had to toe that line of realism and fun.
But they could just put it, you know, like when you change the rules for, you know, traction control and braking and all that stuff. You can just put sand traps, you know, like realistic sand traps or, you know, non-realistic sand traps.
I'm with you, and for some reason, it just brings me back to the esports guys, that you think that they would have the most realistic settings of anyone who plays this game, but they have ghosting on.
Yeah.
Until they change that, I can't take it seriously. I can't. Because, you know, shit happens, and you can't just trust that you're going to drive through a car.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. The only mitigating circumstance I would say to that is that This game sucks so much balls that there are times when the game causes problems that it's unfair for people to wreck. But I generally speaking, I do agree with you, though. I take your point.
But those guys,
Massive, we only have
guys are, top of them.
Yeah, I know, and they never wreck anyway, so it's not like they really need it. But
yeah.
Massive, we only have 5 laps left, and God knows we aren't going to get a safety car. We're going to have to really quickly get through some cakes and pies. Cakes and pies, our weekly chat about all things baked goods and our week in experiencing them. I'll go first this week, Massive, because it's been a big week for me. I haven't done this for a while, but I made some waffle batter, a lot of it, and I've been back on the waffle train. I've been eating waffles every night. I'm going to bed immediately after this race, but otherwise I'd be eating a waffle, and I can't wait to eat a waffle tomorrow. I love waffles. When I made the waffle mix, on slightly slow, and I doubled up the recipe on everything except the powder. And I had like this soupy, watery mix, and I don't. What am I doing wrong? Why? What have I done here? I still put it in the waffle maker and made it and ate it. I didn't give a shit. It took me. Oh boy. The TV1 man went off the track there as we were talking about waffles. So anyway, Massive. I'm back on waffles. It's kind of like crack cocaine for some people. For me, it's waffles. What have you been getting up to this week?
I don't know if we spoke about it before, but the mint Oreos.
I feel like we've talked about it, but let's talk about it again, though, because it's worthy of being talked about again.
If you've ever had, and everybody has, the Girl Scout Thin Mints, that's exactly what they taste like, except they're Oreos.
Hold on, hold up. The whole cookie tastes like that, or the icing or the cream in the middle tastes like that?
The whole cookie.
So they took the chocolate part of the cookie and made it a Thin Mint.
No. I mean, it's still the Oreo cookie.
Right. But I'm just saying they changed the flavor of it from chocolate to Thin Mint flavor.
No, the cookie's still the same. It's the chocolate cookie, but Thin Mint icing, and the combination of the two tastes exactly like a Girl Scout Thin Mint.
I see. Well, shit. I'm going to have to go get some of those tomorrow, because that sounds just amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
they're fantastic.
Massive, you know what I'll do? I'll use my corporate credit card and pretend like I'm buying things for the office and just go buy some of that for myself.
Oh, they know what you're up to.
Dude, it's going to be amazing when I get fired from a job I've had for a very long time that pays me a lot of money for buying cookies for myself with my corporate credit card. And I'm going to have to come home and explain to my wife somehow why we can't have nice things anymore. I'm going to have to make up something totally different, like, babe, I'm so sorry I got fired for gross sexual harassment. Like, I don't know what I was up to. I don't know what I was thinking.
And she's like, oh, it's okay.
I'm so tired.
She goes, it's okay. Does she have a Spanish accent?
No, not at all. Not at all, unfortunately. No, again, very American in that sense. She just looks Mexican, which means she's hot. And I was telling her this the other night because I was at Costco minding my own business, eating a slice of pizza, doing some people watching. And my Costco, Massive, is, like, I am a minority at my Costco. It is all Koreans and all Mexicans, right? And this Mexican woman walked past me, one of the ugliest people I have ever seen in my life. Like a -3 on the 10 scale, right? And it got me to thinking, like,
you put your slice of pizza down.
No, I did. I put my pizza down. I put my head down. I was like, just shook my head. But it made me think, like, well, this is my personal opinion, but Mexican girls, Dominicans, like basically anywhere south of Texas, those are the hottest girls to me. Light-skinned brown girls. And you could throw Asian girls in there as well, right? The ceiling of those girls is higher than any other girl. They're the hottest of the hot girls when they're at their absolute apex. However, However, the floor for those girls is equally as low as it is the ceiling high. Their ugliest Mexican girl is way uglier than any of your basic bitch white girl.
I could say the same thing about a different race, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. But it works out because, most of them are just smoke shows, and, obviously in society that's who we pay attention to, so it's totally fine. As Sketchable makes a last lap lunge to get himself on the podium. What a battle he's having here with Senior E-Gang as they go through Sector 1 into the banked corner. It looks like Sketchable is going to have the line on the inside. He's going to get the move done. What a move by Sketchable to salvage a podium here at the end of the race. Unfortunately for him, we're only interviewing one driver tonight, and it looks like that is going to be Spicy Nuggies, even though that is now in peril because Sweaty Randall has caught up, got some of that hot, steamy DRS. He's going to have it one more time in Sector 2. Actually, I don't know. Sector 3, I don't know what the fuck sector it is. But he's definitely going to have it in Sector 3 on the way down to the straight, or on the way down to the start-finish line. We have a race on our hands here all of a sudden, Massive. It's too close to call.
Oh, this just in. Lil Mech says, I've never agreed with Donut more than anything in my entire life. And
well, count on me to understand race relations.
Here we go.
Here we go, rounding the final corners for the final time. Sweaty Randall's going to open that wing, get a hot, steamy blast of DRS all over his face, but it's not going to be enough. They cross the line. Spicy Nuggies, the winner of the Max Verstappen Grand Prix. Sweaty Randall in second, Sketchable in third place. What a momentous evening here. We have Spicy Nuggies with his first race win in Friday Night Lights. Spicy, I am so proud of you. Sweaty Randall in second. And what a recovery drive from Sketchable, Massive. It has to be said, he disconnected, 4 or 5 times? Finishes in third place. That is really, really impressive.
Now I would say the MVP of this race is EA for kicking Sketchy. Without that, I'm not sure we would have seen that result.
No, we definitely wouldn't have. We definitely owe the EA gods a thank you. And Spicy, no more than anyone else owes him that big thank you. Thank you to Michael Massey for everything he's done here for us this evening, giving us a new winner, giving us a first-time winner, giving us a Spicy Nuggies Friday Night Lights interview. And I'll just go ahead and apologize to Sweaty Randall and I've already forgot his name. Sketchable. We're only doing one driver tonight. That's an executive decision that Massive and I have made. Both very tired and want to go to bed. All right. Let's get Spicy Nuggies up in this botch. Invite to my party. I don't know what his avatar is on Xbox, Massive. It's frightening, though. Terrifying. All right. Let's wait for Spicy Nuggies here to join us. Sweaty Randall's probably sitting there thinking, yes, finally I get to talk to the boys. Sorry, buddy. All right. Our race winner has joined the podium interview. Excuse me, Sketchwise. Sorry, Force of Habit. Spicy, please make sure your boxes are checked, your T's are crossed, and your lowercase j's are dotted, so everyone out there in Formula Worldwide Leagues land can hear you. And let's get started. We're only going to talk to our winner tonight. This is a one-person interview. Spicy Nuggies, we spoke to you last night, and I mean, you kept it together pretty well, but it was relatively obvious how pissed off you were. You must be absolutely thrilled as to what's happened here tonight. Congratulations, buddy. Talk us through that.
Oh man, yeah, last night was rough. Definitely a roller coaster here now winning this one. I have to say this is probably the best one yet. This one feels real good. Ugh.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, in the course of your career, Spicy, you've come from and also ran in other series to become champion on Thursday nights, and now you are a legitimate championship contender here on Friday nights. I mean, I am very proud of you. I know Massive is as well. You must be really proud of yourself after all you've accomplished.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy. I know Gifted and Sketchable had some moments that kind of help me get in there, but no, that was Sweat Randall was right there at the end. I don't know if I could have held him off another lap. The strategy was perfect.
Yeah, so it looks like you had a decent little gap there towards the end, and Massive and I were just chatting absolute shit. I completely forgot about you. And then when I looked up the last lap, you were in danger from Sweaty Randall there in DRS. Were you getting a little nervous, or did you think you had it in the bag?
Uh, I was confident. The last lap though, I was nervous. I saved up just enough battery to where I could dump it a bit on the straights, and it worked out.
Well, before we congratulate you, just want to make sure with you, do you think there are any stewards inquiries coming that involve you, or is this an official win? Are you pretty confident in that?
I don't think so. Um, the only time I really touched another car was with Heat Gang down the straightaway, and I was just driving straight, so I don't I don't think anything should come of that.
I don't think you have to worry about that. Heat Gang is salt of the earth people. He's not going to be putting any stewards inquiries in.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right, well that's absolutely brilliant. Massive and I have been just talking about you the entire time, especially at the end. I was just so thrilled to watch you win a race on Friday night. It's like watching one of your children grow up. Massive, is there anything you'd like to say to Spicy before we go? I know you're happy for him.
Well, in classic
No.
Massive fashion,
No,
go
yeah.
fuck yourself.
You just have to wait long enough, Spicy, and then he'll eventually say no.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
All right, Spicy, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on your victory here this evening, and I can't wait to speak with you because I know we will next Friday night. Congratulations, buddy. Thanks for
All
joining
right,
us.
later, guys.
All right, that'll do it for us here this evening. I want to ask you, Massive. I already probably know the answer, but is there anything you'd like to share with us before we go?
No, no, definitely not. Let's go to sleep.
Okay. All right, we are going to go to sleep. Not together, even though if we were in the same state, we probably would, but we're not going to go to sleep together tonight. In the future, maybe. That'll do it for us here this evening. I am DonutPuncher272 saying thank you so much to all of you who joined us live out here tonight and who will come back later on this week to join or to watch the stream. Thank you so much to Massive for joining, and thank you to our 18 drivers for giving us all the hot racing action we need on a Friday night. Until next week, though, that's it for us here this evening. It is time to say goodbye.
See ya.